What's up, hotties, and welcome to the Goose Egg Gambling podcast, the only podcast that I can think of that will be making fun of Matt Nagy today. I don't think any other podcasts have done that this week. I'm your host, Matasaurus Rex, aka the Walmart version of Josh Rosen, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host Jerrod, aka the Mimosa Maverick of Minnesota.
Yes, I had 3 of them on Saturday.
How'd it go?
I was gone, not to brag.
Did you at least enjoy the game? You picked a great Vikings game to go to.
It was a great game. I spent a lot of money on beer.
Oh, yeah.
It was about $10 a beer.
A lot of U.S. Bank beer.
Yes.
Was consumed.
So I have no money right now.
But that's okay. We're going to make it back for you today on the episode because I've got some guaranteed locks that I'm feeling good about.
Backtrack. Sorry.
Go for it.
Where's Josh Rosen playing now?
He was on the Niners, but I believe he's cut now. He was like the third string in the Niners, but I believe they cut him after camp.
Do you think he'll ever win a Super Bowl?
Josh Rosen?
Yeah.
Didn't he on the Bucks? I think he was on the Bucks last year. I think he was their backup.
Wasn't that Blaine Gabbert?
It's someone like that, but I do know he was on the Bucks for a little bit. I do not know if he was there for the actual ring winning process, but I hope he is because I actually did like Josh Rosen. I thought his whole jacuzzi thing was pretty funny.
Yeah,
where he had the jacuzzi in the dorm room.
Yeah,
and I just think he's a cool guy. I always like it when guys show that they have like a personality outside of football. I know.
I don't. No, I don't. I just like straight nothing.
Yeah, if you're not only about the job,
hand the ball to the ref. That's what I want.
Oh God, Jerrod, you're way too young to be talking like that. All right, well. Since you're broke, I'm going to do my best to try and get you some money today.
Thank you.
I've got some guaranteed locks. I've got some riskier things. And then later on today, we're actually going to have a new segment where we're going to start having a guest picker on. They're going to pick a bet and I have to place it no matter if I like it or love it. If they get it right, they get invited back. If they don't, they're booted. So
it's like Survivor pretty much.
Pretty much. It's a Survivor of betting. So we're excited for that.
And I'm Jeff Probst.
You're Jeff Probst? All right. I don't even know any Survivor people anymore. Is Survivor still in the air?
Mm-hmm. Tyler loves it.
Really? Good for Tyler. I have a friend who really likes it too. So I guess we'll tune in tonight. But
it's not on tonight, but go
is
ahead.
It? All right. Well, next time it's on.
Why the fuck isn't it on?
God, I'll go DVR. I'll go catch up. I haven't watched since 2002. But so to recap of week 3, I did pretty well. I was 2-3, but the 2 that I picked, I nailed. Mm-hmm. And so I actually came up a little over. I won about $1.77. Wow. So try not to spend it all in one place. But overall, that makes me 8-10 on the season. And I'm currently financially dead even. So I'm ready to blow it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to completely lose it all. Unfortunately, it won't be on these first 2 games because I have never felt much better about free cheese than I do for these first 2 games.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay. Let's see if we're on the same wavelength here. The first game is Packer.
No.
Panthers.
Yeah.
I do not have them. I do have them later on, but the first game I had circled was Kansas City Chiefs -7.5 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. My thought process is the Eagles are already coming off a short week where they got whooped. Their morale is not high, but the Chiefs are also pretty pissed. And I just think overall, the Chiefs are just going to come in. I don't think the Eagles have the firepower to keep up with the Chiefs whatsoever. And I think the Chiefs win that one pretty easily, even though it is in Philadelphia.
So I think the spread's 7.5.
Yep.
Do you think they're going to win by 14?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be 24-10, something like that.
It's hard to believe a Chiefs team can go 1-3 to begin the season.
Exactly. I think they actually have some urgency because of how good their division is. I think they kind of know they're going to have to kick it up a notch. The one thing that does slightly scare me is the whole Andy Reid thing. Will he be available to coach or not?
Yeah, I'm picturing in my future brain them giving the game ball to Andy Reid in the post game. So that's just what I'm envisioning after that game.
100%.
So they're going to be playing for him. It's going to be kind of like an emotional game. And everything.
I think Mahomes balls out. I think they'll be firing on all cylinders. I think the defense will make it hell for Jalen Hurts.
Also, the Eagles' offense is kind of doo-doo butter right now.
It did not look great. And I was very high on the Eagles to start the season. But after I went out and put myself out there and took up the money line on Monday Night Football, I think I might just be a little low on the Eagles right now too after just watching that performance. That was a rough one. So, yeah, I like the Eagles because I like their spirit. I like their heart, but I just don't think they have the manpower right now to hang with Kansas City. So I'm pretty confident getting the Chiefs at 7.5. I'm very confident they'll win by more than 1 touchdown. The second game I have listed as my free cheese is I've got the Rams -4.5 versus the Arizona Cardinals.
I also have that on my list.
Hot take, I think the Cardinals are frauds.
Yes, I would agree.
Look at us agreeing for once. Yeah, I think the Cardinals, I think they're a good team, but in the NFC West, the margin for error is so slight, and they have the worst coach in the division. I think that's pretty easy to
He's
see.
a mediocre college coach, Kingsbury.
Yeah, exactly. He's really smart offensively, but just not a great head coach, which is fine.
Also, it's really easy to run the ball on the Cardinals, it seems like. They have no good run defense. So you can just slice them up all day.
Yep, they should be 2-1. They beat the Jaguars and they beat the Titans for their 2 wins. And they beat the Vikings, I guess, too. But I just like in my head count that as a loss, even though it isn't. Yeah, it's the Cardinals are frauds. And also, I think we're seeing that the Rams are very legit right now. They're sneaky good at home. They've also beaten the Cardinals 8 straight times.
Really?
Yep. So Cliff Kingsbury's never beaten the Rams. So I just think all of that mixed together just spells a really bad day, a big wake-up call for the Cardinals.
Wasn't the Rams your Super Bowl pick?
The Rams are my Super Bowl pick, and I'm feeling very good about it.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Apparently, Cliff Kingsbury today called Stafford a freak show, which I think is hilarious.
Freak show? What does that mean?
He said he's a freak show with his arm, but I just enjoyed the headline. It just says, Cliff Kingsbury calls Matthew Stafford freak show, which is just awesome. So that's bulletin board material right there for them. So I'm loving that. You were saying... you were talking that Panthers game. You think that's your free cheese?
It's one of those bets that's too good to be true.
I don't get it either.
5. Yeah.
Panthers +5. They've had damn near 2 weeks off after the Thursday night game. The Cowboys are coming off an emotional Monday night win. I'm also still sticking with my theory that the Cowboys on primetime, I guess it's not a primetime game, but after like a big win, I still stick with that theory that the Cowboys come back to earth, but...
Yeah, it's like too much media attention for the Cowboys. And it just, that plane's going to crash any second for the Cowboys too.
Exactly. Yep. I had that listed in my other games I like, but I might bump that one up into free cheese too, because I agree. I think that one is +5 is a lot of points to give an undefeated team with a very solid defense.
And then Darnold's a really good quarterback. I like him a lot. I know they have a few injuries from last week. DJ Moore might be banged up. McCaffrey won't be playing.
Yep.
And then their rookie corner, Horn, I think is out also. But I think they'll be okay without them guys. I think the Cowboys it'll be a weird game with like a lot of turnovers. It'll be a classic Cowboys game.
Yeah, I think, it'll be a lot of bouncing around, a lot of just fluky plays.
A lot of shots of Jerry Jones in the press box.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a counter for every time I see that happen. Just that's a drinking game right there. Whenever they show Jerry Jones, you take a drink, and whenever they show Jerry Jones like making his son clean his glasses or something like that, you take a shot.
And then he's got all his yes men around him. I'm always picturing like, good job, Mr. Jones. That was a great play, Mr. Jones.
Oh yeah, way to go, way to pick him.
Nobody calls him Jerry Jones in that booth. It's Mr. Jones.
Did you know apparently his kids call him Jerry though?
What?
Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
It was in I think Skip Bayless's book about the Cowboys. So I guess who knows how credible it actually is.
You read all that book?
But apparently, apparently his kids call him Jerry, which is odd.
Yeah, it is weird.
But I guess they're one big happy family.
That's what we think.
Yeah, outside looking in.
Yeah.
Speaking of big happy families, how about them Bears? Because everyone is talking so much shit about them right now, and I think rightfully so. I think Matt Nagy is kind of proving himself to be an absolute jackass.
Yeah.
I think they're a joke. I think his ego's out of control. He held a press conference to like his usual day to speak to the media is on Thursday, but he held an emergency press conference today. Everyone thought he was going to like do something, but all he said was like that they're going to keep working and that and they're not going to name a starter until Sunday for the quarterback, because they're quite literally considering Nick Foles as a starter right now.
Really?
He said all 3 quarterbacks are on the table. It's an open competition this week.
You got to roll with Fields.
Absolutely. You moved up to draft the guy. Once you put him in, I think you just can't take him out.
Like, what do you have left to lose? And like, I feel like if you bench Fields right now, it's going to shatter his confidence. So just roll with him.
I don't see whatsoever. Matt Nagy just always acts like he didn't want the players that he was given. And maybe he doesn't. Maybe there is some sort of rift between him and Ryan Pace, the GM. But it's a mess right there. Which leads me to, but it leads me to my fuck it we ball pick, because I hate the idea of betting on the Detroit Lions. But I'm going to do it this week. I'm fucking rolling the dice, and I'm taking the Detroit Lions money line at +125 versus the Chicago Bears.
You got to take a shower after doing that bet.
It's gross. I feel fucking disgusting doing it. But my only reasoning is that I was so disheartened with what I saw from the Bears this last week. And the Lions have been very competitive in every single game they've been in.
Yeah, they have heart, like a lion.
And I think it's only a matter of time before they win one. And I think this is the week they do it. And I think heads might roll in Hollis Hall real soon. I think that was such a great alliteration. But I think things are really bad in Chicago right now. I think this week of just the number one story in sports right now, I would say.
It's up there.
Yeah.
NFL-wise.
They're just getting trashed by everyone. I don't think that's something you can really block out that easily. You can use it as fuel, and maybe they will. But I'm going out on a limb. I haven't really gone out on a huge limb for a fuck it we ball yet. So I'm going Detroit Lions plus 125 versus the Chicago Bears. Jerrod talked me out of it.
It's bold. Bears are going to also play pissed off. Nagy might throw a few trick plays out there that confuses the Lions. I could see this being a scoring fest even.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah. And I think the over-under's 40s, low 40s. I'm not sure exactly.
And the thing is, I'm confident that if the Lions can hang in there with the Packers and the Ravens and the Niners, who's to say they can't hang in there with the Bears? The Bears have, I think, statistically the worst offense right now.
Yeah. And they only got 47 yards of offense last week.
It's embarrassing. Literally, Justin Tucker's game-winning field goal against the Lions was longer than the amount of yards that the Bears put up against the Browns. It's absolutely ridiculous. like
that's true.
Easily, it was 66 versus 45. like that's absurd.
I looked at a stat. It was the 9th worst offensive performance yards wise of all time.
I'm surprised it's not even worse than that. 45 yards. That's like one play. You can make that up in one average play.
Oh my God.
No, it's bad, and that's why I hate that I'm betting on the Lions, especially a straight money line. But I just feel like things are really bad in Chicago, and I am pretty confident that. And I just think Dan Campbell is putting a really good culture together there. I do like Jared Goff. I've always been a Goffense believer.
You kind of look like Jared Goff too.
Walmart Jared Goff too. Mm-hmm. I'll take it.
You're like a mix between Josh Rosen and Jared Goff.
Oh God, I think that's a compliment. But yeah, I'm feeling confident with it. So I'm rolling with Detroit Lions plus 125, just for the pure fact that I think the Lions eventually are going to win one, and I think the Bears might be the worst team they've played so far. In fact, I think they easily are. Niners, Packers, Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm confident in it.
I wouldn't touch that game with a 10-foot pole.
There's a lot of games I didn't want to touch this week, but there are 10 that I did, which is why last week I put together, as people who listen know, I put together an 11-team parlay, and I kind of forgot about it because I just put $2 on it, but I ended up only being one game away from winning $420.
Jeez.
Which is why this week I knocked it down to 10. And I think I'm just going to keep knocking it down until eventually I hit one.
What was the game you missed on your parlay?
The Chiefs. Chiefs beating the Chargers, which I can't even be that mad about. I think 9 times I was very close. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize it until afterwards because I picked all the right upsets and all that. So hoping to recreate that magic, and hopefully that one team I knock out is the team that loses.
Did you meditate or anything before the parlay? Was there any sort of magic involved before?
There was not, but there will be this week because I placed the parlay way back and on Tuesday, so I don't have time.
Do you know where you were, what you were doing, what socks you were wearing, everything? I know
I was down in the office eating a Pop-Tart.
Okay, well, you need to eat more Pop-Tarts.
I do need to eat more Pop-Tarts, even though I'm telling myself I can't do that because we have so much good junk food in this office. It's killing me.
Pop-Tarts and parlays.
Pop-Tarts and parlays. There we go. All right, so this week's 10-team parlay, it's all money lines again. I'm feeling pretty decent about it. There's 2 games that I'm a little nervous about. So I've got the Bengals over just 2 out of 10, just a fifth of it. So I got the Bengals against the Jaguars. I've got the Saints over the Giants. I've got the Titans over the Jets. Feel great about those 3, and the Bills over the Texans.
Yep.
I've got the Rams over the Cardinals. I've got the Ravens over Denver. That's a sneaky good game. Ravens and Broncos. They're very similar teams. And it's in Denver. That's one of the ones I'm a little nervous about. I've got the Falcons over Washington. Little nervous about that one too, but it's in Atlanta, I believe, which is why I was super confident about it. Chiefs versus the Eagles, Packers versus the Packers over the Steelers, and then the Seahawks over the Niners.
Okay.
The odds are not great on it. I put down a unit and I would win about $250. So it's not super crazy. It's a lot of favorites, and the 2 underdogs are plus 105 and plus 130. So it's nothing really crazy. But I figured I'd go with the safe route this time because if I could actually win a parlay, I just want to act out of pocket on Instagram, basically.
Yeah, and bragging rights.
Exactly.
No, there's nothing like putting that screenshot.
Exactly.
Your parlay when you win and post it
with some just cheeky ass caption like, "Oh, did I do that?" or something like that. I just really want to cock off. So
right.
I'm feeling decent about it. Obviously, with these parlays, who the hell knows? Our guest that we're talking about later is a big parlay guy, so I'm really hoping he kind of has a parlay for me as a bet.
That's all he wants.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, I picked 11 last week. I'm picking 10 this week. If this doesn't hit, I'm picking 9 next week, and I'm just going to work my way down until eventually it's a 1-game parlay, basically. And then I lose that, and then
you can screenshot it.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you win it.
If I don't win it, though, then I have to reevaluate my life.
Yeah, podcast is over if you don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good incentive for me to actually get good at them. All right, so yeah, those are my 2 fuck it we ball picks.
I got one. Patriots +7 against the Bucks.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about this game because I have it listed as an on the fence game. I had the Patriots at +7, then I switched to Tampa -7. I've been like back and forth. I wanted to hear your thoughts on this because I need to be swayed one way or the other.
So I think Belichick has this game circled on his calendar.
Oh, absolutely.
I
think the Patriots defense does too, because like we always think about Belichick got kind of left to dry. A lot of those Patriots got left to dry too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like they saw like Tom and Gronk, and I think those are the only 2 that actually went down to Tampa. But there was like talk of other like Edelman going there at one point.
Yeah, so there's a lot of connections.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick knows these players better than pretty much anybody in the league.
He's got it. He's got to.
So I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a low scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be low scoring for the Patriots to win. And I think that's going to happen.
Yeah. What does the weather look like? I'm going to check right now.
Foxborough. Let's go to Foxborough. Oh, it's beautiful this time of year.
Oh, yeah? I've actually never been.
Never have either. Weather
for
Sunday. Ooh, 71.
Okay, so
7-mile-per-hour winds.
So it's gonna be a beautiful night. That does not help the low scoring aspect of it.
No wind either.
It doesn't help, I think, that the Bucks lost.
We got some showers.
Oh, okay.
45%.
There's a chance. Because I think want to take the Patriots +7 because I agree with you. I think if there's a game they care about this year, it's this one. But the problem is if there's a game that Tom cares about this year, it's also this one. And they just lost to the Rams, so they're gonna be coming in ticked off. They have an embarrassing advantage of firepower over the Patriots. The Patriots have no weapons. He's going to be going up against, I think Tom would be less pissed if he was going up against Cam Newton, but the fact he's going up against like Tom Brady Jr. and Mac Jones, I think that'll piss him off.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to take New England, but that's going to be a game time decision for me.
It's going to be a fun game.
It is going to be really fun.
Because that crowd will be rocking to it in Foxborough.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if they don't. They were talking on the radio about this morning. Like, do you think they're going to do some sort of like pregame ceremony for Tom? Or do you think because it's the Patriot way, they won't?
No, they'll like show him on the Jumbotron or something. They'll get a standing ovation. Yeah. That'd be hilarious if they booed him though. I would love that.
I kind of would too. I think that would be absolutely awesome. If anyone would do it, it would probably be Boston. I guess Philadelphia probably would too. But I honestly feel like half the people in that stadium might be cheering for Tom.
Yeah, it's going to be overwhelming.
It's literally like the kids of a divorced parents. Like, which parent do you root for? Pretty much.
Pick your side.
Yeah. So that game's going to be absolutely fascinating. I think New England's going to have to control it the entire game if they want a chance to win. Like, they're not going to come crawling back or anything like that. They need to be leading heavily, I think, by halftime for a chance.
This might be a first quarter bet game though too. I could see the Patriots jumping a quick lead on the Bucks. Maybe do first quarter money line with the Patriots.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that.
1 point.
I would imagine Belichick's got a nice script prepped up for this one.
So it might be a first quarter bet. I don't do a lot of those, but this might be one of them.
Yeah.
That crowd will be, like I said, the crowd will be rocking.
And all it's going to take is a few Tom touchdowns, like deflate him and kind of like ruin.
Like the second quarter.
I like that. I'll do a first quarter bet too.
I think a first quarter bet's a good one for this one.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I'm feeling it.
That's the move.
The mojo changed.
Mojo change. All right. So then there's 2 other games that I like this week. The Thursday night game.
Oh God.
Bengals versus the Jaguars. Bengals -7.5 seems pretty doable.
This is a clean your apartment game.
This is 100% a clean your apartment game. It's going to be that. I'll actually be driving back to Minnesota, but I'll have the game on the radio. But I think the Bengals also might just be better than we think. not crazily better.
Zach Taylor is just a bad coach. I don't think he's very good.
No, I agree. But I think Joe Burrow is very good. I think Jamar Chase has obviously shut everyone up, including myself, who was making fun of him in the preseason. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. He has quite turned that ship around. But
I don't think Urban Meyer wants to be a coach.
I think he's eyeing the USC job.
USC.
Or if LSU opens.
LSU, maybe. I was thinking LSU too.
Yeah, I think Urban's out after this year. I think he's gonna have one of those fake heart attacks and dip out. But then it'll be better for the Jaguars, I guess, overall.
Well, we'll see. It can't get much worse for the Jaguars.
Do you think they go 0-17? No, I think they'll win a game or two. I think too. But yeah, it's bad right now. Trevor Lawrence just also hasn't looked great either.
He's got a cannon. He just needs to be more a little smarter. He just got to give him time.
Yeah, I think so too. He was kind of a gunslinger in college though, wasn't he?
A little bit.
Yeah, so I guess it happens. But and then the other game I have, maybe I'm just riding the high after picking them last week and I'm just drinking that purple Kool-Aid, but I kind of like Vikings +2 versus the Browns.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with this game. Yeah.
It's one of those weird ones. There's like 2 or 3 really weird games, like the Niners Seahawks is the same way.
I think Dalvin Cook has to play. So
yeah,
I think he's questionable.
I'd agree with
that. So I will be betting this game probably 10 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah, just how you're feeling. Yeah. You got some mimosas in you or not?
Oh yeah, the mimosas are betting on this game, not me.
Do you think the Browns are that much better of a team than the Seahawks?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. Seahawks were doo-doo butter last week. Like their defense.
Doo-doo butter.
Yeah. Seahawks defense was so bad.
Yeah. No, it is really bad.
They got to fire Ken Norton, their D coordinator. He looked awful. Like Jefferson and Thielen were running all over the field wide open.
Yeah.
Sometimes there wasn't even 10 yards around them when they were catching the ball.
Yeah, I did watch that game and it was the Vikings looked like the better team throughout the entire thing. And usually Russell Wilson bails them out of those situations, but he just didn't have enough time to do it.
Yeah, the Vikings dominated time of possession. And if they do that this week, they obviously have a good chance of winning. But.
Well, it's interesting because they're kind of two teams that are built kind of similarly.
Similar. And it's Stefanski too.
Stefanski revenge game.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Fuck.
I know you're big on the revenge games.
I'll talk to my mimosas. We'll see what they think.
There you go. Yeah. But I kind of like the Vikings. I mean, they're at home, which I like. But I also think they're coming off a big win in Seattle. The Browns, I also think, are riding pretty high after winning 2 games pretty easily. So that's where I could see the Vikings taking it.
I like your optimism.
Yeah, I'm all on the purple bandwagon these days. Last 2 weeks. After the Vikings completely burned me on week 1, I'm all back. Skull. I'm in. Let's do it. All right, guys. Well, is there any other games you liked? I should mention.
No, nothing crazy. Dolphins -2. I don't know. I like the Dolphins.
I had that one kind of circled too. Like, I feel like the Colts have got to be desperate for a win, but at the same time, Miami's kind of desperate for a win too. They have not looked good at all.
Jacoby Brissett revenge game too.
Oh my God, that's right.
So we got that going for us. I like their defense too. I think Dolphins are a damn good defense.
Yeah, and it is in Miami.
Yeah.
So I forgot about the Jacoby Brissett revenge game. We need to get.
How could you forget about?
Jacoby we need to get
Brissett?
To the point where we have like punter revenge games or like holder revenge games.
It works. They play better.
They do play better. You got to be dialed in. So I'll keep my eye on that one too. But those are our picks, guys. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have our special guest for our new segment that is currently untitled. So we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for the slight delay. We are joined by a dear friend of the podcast, Carson, aka Jerrod Goff's twin. Carson, how are you doing?
Hey guys, thanks for having me back on again. I appreciate it.
Do you like Jerrod Goff or no?
Not really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, seems like a decent guy, but I don't think a great quarterback by any means.
Ooh, I disagree completely.
Really?
I'm a big Goff fan.
Well, judging off their 0-3 start, I mean, that's a pretty hot take.
I mean, I think he's made them a lot more competitive than they have been in the past few years.
Like I said, pretty hot take, Matt.
Pretty hot. Well, that's what we do here. So Carson, we are starting a new segment on the podcast where I give you $25 and you are just allowed to do whatever you want in the sports book with it. You can place any bet you want. If you get it right, you get invited back on next week. If you get it wrong, you get booted off and I probably won't talk to you for a few weeks.
Okay. Okay. Well, you see me every day, so that might be difficult.
It'll be a little difficult. It'll get a little icy for us, but we'll still have fun. So Carson, the floor is yours. What are you thinking and why?
Okay. Quick question on the rules of this. Is this parlay, teaser, or
I knew he was gonna do parlay.
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want. Just try and make me some money.
And this is
I got to pay
a legit
$25.
$25.
It is. I've got it pulled up right now. I'm going to place the bet.
Okay, wow. So when you told me this morning, I thought it was just a 1-game singular bet.
No, it's
And that's what I was prepping for in my head.
Well, we can get about 25 in all one game if you want.
Yeah.
good.
Well, for sure. Yeah, the one game that stood out to me looking at NCAA football going into this weekend was that
College bet.
Yep. The one game that stood out to me was the Notre Dame Cincinnati game.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull that up here.
I'm looking right now.
I believe it's
I think Cincy's favored
by 2 points. Yep. It's 2-point spread, 50.5 over under.
Yeah. So I believe it's 11 o'clock game. It's one of the earlier games. Cincinnati at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is the underdog here somehow.
They are. It's at Notre Dame too. Yeah.
So I like the plus 105 money line. I think it's great value. Not going to mess around with the numbers and the spread at all. Just going with the Notre Dame straight up money line. And I say that because Cincinnati this year has just coming off a game where they played a subpar Indiana team. Took them a kick return in the fourth quarter just to finally squeak one out. And Notre Dame has been looking pretty good to me. They beat Wisconsin.
They killed Wisconsin.
Who at one time was ranked 11th in the nation. So take with that as you will. But I like, as a good lock and good value, Notre Dame on Saturday.
I love that. I feel like Notre Dame has kind of become one of those programs that was always so overvalued. And I feel like now they've kind of got to the point where they're a little undervalued.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll give it time. By then, they'll probably make the playoffs and get murdered.
That's what they're known for.
Doesn't everyone do that kind of in the playoffs? The college football playoffs are kind of just known for you get in. That's kind of a win in itself because you're going to get wrecked by Clemson
it's
or
like
Alabama.
Notre Dame and Oklahoma are those two teams that just get murdered.
Oklahoma every single year. Yeah.
They're the little brother to the big brothers and are basically a punching bag every year.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, so you're thinking Notre Dame money line.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's offense has had more turnovers than Jamarcus Russell as an Oakland Raider. I know he's one of your guys.
He is one of my boys.
But, they're turning the ball over a lot. Notre Dame's got a good defense. One of the best defensive players. I think he's a D end, number 7. I forget what his name is.
I don't remember.
But yeah, good defense for Notre Dame who causes turnovers. They're at home. I like Notre Dame on Saturday.
Yeah, and I feel like Cincinnati hasn't played anybody really that tough this year.
Yeah,
and Notre Dame's more battle tested.
I can't say I pay too much attention to Cincinnati. Are they undefeated? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
they were coming off an undefeated season last year, and this year, what are they, 3-0?
Something like
I
that.
believe 3-0.
Yeah,
and the only Cincinnati game I watched was last weekend or 2 weekends ago when they played Indiana. I put in a 6 or 7 team parlay that day, and I had Indiana on the under for the first quarter at 10.5. And so I was rooting for Cincinnati really hard. And of course it came down to like the last play or two of the first quarter, and Cincinnati thankfully got me the under 10.5 for the first leg of my 7-leg parlay that didn't hit.
Yeah, well, they rarely do.
But that's the only time I've watched Cincinnati, and I was less than impressed.
I'm really glad you picked a college game because I do not watch a lot of college football. In the last
you bet the Bowling Green Minnesota game.
I did bet the Bowling Green Minnesota game.
How'd that go for you?
Shit down their leg.
I don't remember. It was bad. I was in the heart of Dinkytown. You were at
the game.
I wasn't at the game, but I was like, we were watching at a bar.
Okay.
And it was just depressing.
Well,
I took Minnesota minus 31.
You were so confident in that too.
How could I not be? It's Bowling Green. I think anyone with a brain would have at least thought the Gophers. The 31 points did kind of scare me, but I didn't think they would lose and just be manhandled like that.
I don't think anyone saw that one coming.
No, it was sobering. It sucked.
Don't take that too personally. You probably weren't the only one to lose that day.
Do you think PJ Fleck's gone after this year? Or is he staying?
I think so. I think the OC has to go for sure. Mike Sanford.
Okay.
I think he's got to go. And I don't know. How do you get rid of PJ Fleck when he's also brought the program to like new heights? But at the same time, they're a very emotional team. They always play to the level of their competition. They never really, besides the Colorado game this year, they never really steamroll anybody.
But I feel like the Gophers only had like one really good year, and that's it.
Yeah, but that's more than they've had in the past in the past like
point.
Few decades.
That's true.
I don't know. It's tough when someone's brought the program to like he got them like their biggest win in program history probably with the Penn State game, but he also like
PJ has brought Minnesota back, and after one loss to Bowling Green, you can't just cut ties after one game.
I mean, I don't know.
You gotta let the rest of the season play on and see what happens.
I hope you're right, but
it could have just been one bad day.
They got Purdue this weekend. The Purdue's favored by 2.5.
They got Purdue this weekend.
I'm just not excited about it. I don't even know if I'll watch. It was just very disheartening.
Come on, Matt. Don't be a fair weather fan.
Come on now.
It's true. You're right.
Get out of your gopher hole.
Get out of my gopher hole.
Yeah. Get out of there.
Oh. Jerrod, the worst part is Jerrod's the first person who texted me when that pick got thrown to end the game too. Oh, really? I get the text and I just get a text from Jerrod. It says, "Bad day to be a Jaeger bomb at Sally's Saloon." It was like, he's right. It is a very bad day.
Well, that's probably why I don't remember too much of the game. It was just sad boy drinking after watching that.
It was a transition from beer to liquor.
Which, as a Vikings fan, I know that well. I've been there.
You feeling good about the Vikings this year?
After last weekend, yeah, man.
I'm taking them 2 weeks I'm taking them this week too. I'm taking them 2 weeks in a row.
This weekend's gonna be tough. Coming in against a Browns team who's been hot this year.
But I think that's why they can get him this week. I think the Browns are riding too high.
We're at home this week too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like us at US Bank Stadium at a noon game.
Oh yeah, that's where they thrive.
Yeah. There's a crazy stat out there. Someone had maybe pull that up, but our record on Sundays at noon at US Bank is.
That's the one thing Zimmer does very good.
Yeah,
he crushes the noon games against like the Cardinals or just some random like small team.
Yeah,
he's an early bird, not a night owl. For sure.
Yeah. Maybe that's the problem with the Vikings like primetime struggles. Zimmer is just like too old. He's an older guy, so maybe just like he's not firing all cylinders.
He's just yawning on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
This needs to be done by noon.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this one up. That's well, there you go. We just solved the Vikings problems, but I'm feeling good about it too. I think that +2 especially. I'm feeling pretty good about the Vikings this week. Jerrod's actually not super confident.
Yeah, like I said, 10 minutes before the game, the mimosas are making the bet, not me.
Yeah, that happened to me last week. I had a good win that I like to share with you guys. It was
let's hear it.
What was it? Chris Carson, Adam Thielen to score a touchdown +285.
Nice.
So it was one of those where I was having a couple Limon diets before the game, so that kind of took control of the energy we were betting into. And yeah, sure enough, Chris Carson popped one off in the first half, and Adam Thielen caught a 25-yard touchdown as well.
Second or third quarter, yeah.
Yeah, it was early second quarter. I didn't even have to sweat it in the second half.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which are the best bets to win.
Oh yeah, when you just get it over with right away, and then you can even use that winning money to place even more bets and just lose it all.
Hopscotch into the second half.
Absolutely.
Chris Carson's gonna score 5 touchdowns.
Adam Thielen, Chris Carson combined 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just gotta think about the value for that.
Plus 30,000.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, shoot. All right. Well, the bet is placed. I got Notre Dame money line this week, and I have a reason to watch college football on Saturday. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Awesome, man. I'll be right there with you.
I'm in a wedding, but I'll bet on my phone. But awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Carson. I hope you're around next week so we can have you back. I hope I don't have to give you the cold shoulder for a few weeks.
Hey, absolutely, man. I'm confident that I will be.
Let's go. Yeah. All right. Let's go Fighting Irish. Jerrod, you got anything to end before I wrap it up?
Mimosas all day.
Mimosas all day. Jared's big on the mimosa train lately.
It was the best mimosa I've ever had.
Was it one you made yourself? Or
No. It was at the hotel bar I was at.
Okay.
It was $3. That's probably helped.
Yeah.
Well, Jerrod, if you like mimosas, you were in Fargo, shout out to Granite City Food and Brewery.
Yeah, because you can customize them.
Unlimited mimosas, $7.99.
Yeah.
Well, how do you customize them? You just like add like pineapple?
Well, you can do like strawberry, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I got to do that.
But bottomless mimosas on a Sunday for $7.99, you can't beat it.
Get a little tuned up, get a little kicked out, go to the game.
Chris Carson, Adam Thielen, 4 touchdowns. Yep. Let's do it.
Yep. Sir, you got to get out of Granite City.
Yeah, sir. Sir, the Vikings haven't played in weeks. It's February. You need to get out of here. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. As always, don't think of it as don't think of it as a loss. Think of it as a down payment on future success. See ya.